spirits are already touching at an ascended place. And if God makes covenant, you don't have to talk with nobody to understand what's going on in the spirit.
That's right.
Something is wrong if I have to talk just for you to understand what God is saying. I shouldn't have to nearly abuse you for you to understand and see the picture that God is painting. He said, I am giving you the opportunity to be in covenant with my spirit. He said, I want to romance you.
Oh God.
He said, will you allow me to just pull you so close to me that nobody else can touch you and nobody else will misunderstand you? And if they do, it doesn't matter, because I'll take you to places that you've never been before. And I'll make you feel things you've never felt. I'll let you know that the things in your belly are not dead. And I'll take you to a place where nobody can touch you inappropriately. I'll take you to a place where you'll be protected from your own self. And when I take you up, then I'll take you to a place where I rename you. When I cut away every name that the enemy has tried to cast on you, then I circumcise you a second time and take off the thing that would try to contaminate your baby. He said, I want you to come closer. Hallelujah. He said, I want you to be intimate with me and know me in the secret places, that I will reveal to you things that you didn't know you possessed. Because I know you. Because I made you. And I want to get in you. And I want to come out of you. Because there's something about God getting in that he always increases before he comes back out. God said the maturity of the times will begin to take you to a place that is like no other. He said, I want you to be so intimate and so close with me that you'll lose yourself in the glory of my presence. And I want you to see me in everything. I don't want you to see what's there. I want you to see me in everything. God said, I want you to behold my face so much that the glow of your presence will change atmospheres.
Yes, sir.
So he had to break something. He had to break the thing that was holding it. The thing that was containing it and keeping it down and in, keeping it in the box and keeping it from moving, keeping it from being touched. Some people don't understand that there is an attack on your oil. There's an attack on your oil. And the thing about the attack on your oil is that it comes to keep you capped.
Yeah.
And it comes to keep, not just capped so you can't grow, but capped that people won't even know that there's anything there in the first place. Because they're trying to keep you in this box. You understand that the spirit of Jezebel doesn't mind prophecy. She just doesn't want it from the holy prophets.
Right. Come on. Amen. Come on.
Jezebel desires to control the nature of what is being said. Because if she can control the nature of what's being said, she can control the word that is prophesied. And if she controls the word that's prophesied, she can use the word to confirm what she's doing.
Oh, God.
And so God said that he has to send Jehu back to the church to kill this thing that wants to not just keep you capped, but keep you unknown.
Oh, God.
I'm not talking about prominence. I'm not talking about people knowing your name. I'm talking about where there is confusion about who you are. God said that I'm breaking the confusion off of your destiny.
Oh, God.
And I'm breaking it off. God said you're going to have to shut down every single principality. God said, I'm not going to do this for you.
Come on.
You're going to have to do it for yourself.
Yes.
And you can't do it until you get close to me. Because it's going to be my spirit that teaches you. I can't give you no mentor because nobody has touched what's coming. No one has seen what's about to come forth. No Nobody has seen what God's about to bring out of you. So God said, I can't let nobody mentor what's in you. Because how they gonna mentor something that they ain't never seen before? God said, I got to be your mentor. I got to be your teacher. I got to be the one that midwives you. Because I know what's in you.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
And God said, I won't relent until it all comes out. People may think that that's the end of you. People may think that that's all that you have. And they accept that this is who you are, the great minister that sings and the wonderful dancer that often prophesies, or the pastor that has that nice little congregation. But the Lord said, I have a cry in my spirit, and it's in my presence, that you'll find that I've made more for you. And not only have I made more for you, but I've prepared a place for it to come. It was too quiet in here. I said that God said, I prepared a place for you, and I have to take you there. That's the reason that there is ascension in the Bible.
Yeah. Come on. Right there.
Why? Because, okay, every space that exists in the natural is limited.
Yes, it is.
It is confined within the category of time.
Right.
Which starts, rewinds, pauses, plays, fast forwards, and ends. But God said, I have to take you, to a dimension where there is no time. Why? Because in the place where there is no time, there is no limit.
Come on.
All right.
They can't stop you. They can't play you. They can't rewind you or fast forward. There is no end.
Oh, Jesus.
God has to take you to the place of eternal manifestation, because there is no end to the capacity that you can increase to. There is no end. People think that you have gotten to the place that you're going to get to.
They don't even know.
Oh, that Shay Simpson is just so wonderful.
Come on.
They know her as she is now.
Right.
Come on. All right.
But her mantle has even increased since the last year.
Yes.
Why? Because God is turning her over to eternity. And when God turns you over to eternity, you find yourself out of place. Because you can go for hours and not be tired.
Come on.
God will take you to a place where you can pour and pour and pour and not be tired and want to pour some more when you leave and go to the IHOP and lay somebody out in the back of the restaurant, because you're just pouring and pouring, not because it has a limited supply or because you're tapping into a natural well, but because you're so eternal that it keeps on coming. And God said, I ain't gonna let you bust, so you gotta open your mouth. And the moment you start opening your mouth, it starts flowing. God said, I'm taking you to a place where it's gonna start flowing and you won't be able to stop it. As a matter of fact, God said, it makes my heart happy because you're echoing what I said and you're basking in my river. I want my river to be heard. I want my river to be experienced. I want you engulfed in my water.
Yes.
I want you so covered in my spirit that nobody can deny that my spirit is flowing. I want my spirit to flow free freely.
Yeah.
You better flow.
So I got to take you to heavenly places. You understand that women who are having babies don't be on the floor.
Come on.
Come on.
Why? Because there's no space for the baby to come out.
Come on.
Do you understand that gravity is going to take your ministry?
Woo. My God.
Promise I ain't gonna lose nobody.
No, go ahead.
God said that gravity will be the thing that takes your ministry. Why? Because when you're in an ascended place, it gets to more places.
Yeah.
Because when it comes out, hallelujah, it's like Niagara Falls. And it falls from a very high ascended place and it touches more places.
Yes, yes. The stream power.
Oh, come on.
Because I can pour a bottle of water from here down to the floor, but if I hold it up here, it'll touch more places.
Real.
God said that I have to take you. This is an ascended river.
Yes.
I hear you, God.
Yes.
God said that I have seated you in heavenly places, and that there are wells of living water that are in you.
Yes.
God said, out of your belly shall flow. That was a prophecy. Okay? It's not necessarily, Minister Shanita, it's not necessarily a dimension where it's a state. I'm not going to say it's a state because everybody ain't in that state. They're trying to figure out why it ain't no rivers flowing because it's not a state. It's a prophecy. Okay? So it's based upon something that happened in the word before. God said, I gave power to become those who desire to become the sons of God, which meaning that the Spirit was given a prophecy to say that if you have accepted the power of my Spirit, that I will put you in a position where out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. And God said that I would have to ascend you because if it just falls on the floor, it ain't living, it ain't moving, it ain't going nowhere. But if I ascend you, it'll begin to move. And the cultivation of the land of the place that I send you to will be formed so much that it will create a pathway for the river to flow. So when you release it, God said, I know the land that you need to release it in. Because the moment you release it in my place,
My God.
the cultivation of the land will begin to take you where it needs to go.
Oh, God.
You know when a river has ran through a certain pathway for a certain amount of time, because what begins to happen is that it begins to look like the direction of the streams. Oh, this is really good. And he said, I have to take you to a place that I know.
Yeah.
Not a place that's familiar to you.
Come on, somewhere. Jesus.
Right.
I have to take you to a place where I know what I've decorated it with.
Yeah.
A place that I'm familiar with, where I know what I have furnished in this place. I have to take you to a place where I know the people that are in it.
Oh, come on.
That not only see people know that God is all knowing. You know that, right? So even though you're here, he still knows that this is where he knows the nature of people. But understand, God has to take you to a place where he has placed them there. And they haven't been there just because of coincidence.
Oh, God.
He said certain people are around you because you were born here. It kind of come with the territory.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But God said, I have to take you to a place where you don't know nobody. And don't nobody know you. Because they ain't going to know you by the flesh. They're going to know you by the Spirit. And not only would they know, let me tell you something, the beauty of knowing somebody by the Spirit is that you get so much more out of the relationship.
Yes.
Because you know that there's more in you.
Yes.
I mess with people all the time. I'm a provoker. I like to provoke. I love to provoke. That's what I do. And what God began to show me is that he said that he has to take you into relationships where people that know you by the Spirit, because it will confuse a person if they don't know you by the Spirit, but they know you after the flesh. Because what begins to happen is that they only get what the flesh can give, and the flesh can't give but so much because I'm so spiritual. So God said that he has to bring you around people that are spiritual and can demand of the Spirit.